If you've been gardening for any amount of time, you've probably noticed how worms are like the heartbeat of your soil. Wherever worms thrive, the soil is rich, aerated, and full of life. Wherever worms are absent, the soil is usually compacted, lifeless, and difficult to grow anything in. But here's the secret most gardeners don't realize. You can actually attract more worms, make them grow bigger, and in turn supercharge your soil using something as simple as rice. Yes, rice, the same staple food sitting in your pantry, isn't just for your dinner plate. It can be transformed into a powerful soil booster that worms absolutely love. The result? Plumper, healthier worms, and soil that becomes crumbly, nutrient-rich, and alive with microbial activity. Let's break down why this works, how to do it properly, and what to expect once you try it in your garden. Worms aren't just random soil dwellers, they're selective eaters. They thrive on organic matter that is partially broken down and full of microbes. When rice begins to ferment or decompose, it creates a feast of sugars, starches, and microbial growth that worms can't resist. It's like putting out a buffet that attracts them from yards away. Think of it this way. Worms are attracted to microbial hotspots, and rice is a perfect fuel source for those microbes. As the microbes multiply, worms follow. And when worms start feeding, they leave behind castings, rich, natural fertilizer that contains up to 10 times more nutrients than the surrounding soil. So the trick isn't to just throw uncooked rice onto your garden bed. That will only attract pests. Instead, you want to prepare the rice in a way that worms and microbes can actually use effectively. Here are 3 methods that work wonders. First up, cooked rice fermentation. Just take some leftover plain rice and put it into a container with just enough water to keep it moist. Now leave it loosely covered for 2 to 3 days in a warm spot. The rice will start to ferment, releasing a slightly sour smell. Once it's ready, just dig a small hole in your garden bed or compost pile and bury the rice about 6 to 8 inches deep. Worms will move in quickly. 2. Rice water trick. Rinse your rice before cooking and save that cloudy water. This starchy liquid is full of nutrients that microbes really thrive on. Just pour the rice water directly into your soil near plants or compost piles. This attracts microbes, which then attract worms. It's a gentle but effective soil conditioner. Third, rice bran addition. If you have access to rice bran, which is a byproduct of milling, just sprinkle it into your compost or mix it lightly into the topsoil. Rice bran is a balanced organic material that worms and soil microbes devour. So, what should you expect after using rice? Well, within just a few days of adding rice to your soil, you'll start to notice a real boost in worm activity. If you dig near where you buried the rice, you'll often find plump, healthy worms feeding together in clusters. Over time, you'll see that the soil becomes noticeably softer, darker, and a whole lot more fertile. Your plants will benefit as well. Roots are able to grow deeper and stronger when they've got loose, worm-aerated soil to explore. Another, perhaps surprising effect is that rice actually helps balance your soil microbiome. The quick surge in microbial activity after adding rice sets off a bit of a chain reaction. Beneficial fungi and bacteria start to multiply. Worms come in to process all that organic matter, and before you know it, your soil has its own thriving ecosystem. Right, so just a quick heads up. Always avoid using rice that's got oils, salt, or any spices mixed in. It's really important that you stick to plain rice only. Seasoned rice can actually harm the soil life and, attract the wrong sorts of pests, which you definitely don't want. Also, don't go adding massive amounts of rice all at once. It's much better to use small portions and bury them regularly. That way, it's far more effective for your garden. And it's a good idea to rotate where you bury the rice each time. This encourages worms to move throughout your entire garden bed, which really helps with soil health. So why does this trick matter? Well, the beauty of this method is that it costs almost nothing. You're simply using kitchen scraps you would otherwise throw away and turning them into a natural worm attractant. Bigger worms mean more castings, better aeration, and, ultimately, healthier plants. For centuries, farmers in Asia have used rice-based soil amendments to improve fertility and maintain thriving crops. Now you can use this same forgotten trick to rejuvenate your own garden soil, without chemicals, without expensive fertilizers, and without guesswork. Healthy soil starts with life, and worms are at the center of it all. By feeding them something as simple as rice, you're giving your soil an instant boost of biology that transforms the way it grows plants. Try the rice trick in your garden this month, and watch how quickly your soil comes alive with worms and microbial life. If you enjoyed this tip and want more natural, low-cost ways to grow stronger plants, don't forget to subscribe to Gentle Herb Living, hit the bell for weekly updates, and share this video with a fellow gardener who needs healthier soil.